Get in! Get the fuck in! We fucking won
Get in
again!
there.
It's late night, we can curse. Woo! We're back, we're back. We're staying up, Pete.
Fucking get
We're
in.
staying up. No doubt about it now.
That's man. Honestly, I am. Honestly, I swear to you, I literally came back from work 5 minutes before kickoff. I fucking had no stop all day. Parents' evening straight after work. Hadn't eaten, hadn't drank, and I was absolutely shattered. But you know what? That has perked me right fucking after that result today. What a fucking result.
What a way. And my story is 2 minutes before the show was about to start, I figured out with my new laptop that I wasn't visible on screen, so I had to get my old laptop and get back on here. So I was in a bit of a panic there. So well, let's just get into it, Pete. We will bring up your comments in a second, guys. It's just I'll do a little walkthrough, Pete. Usual walkthrough from my notes. First up was the team sheet. Big changes there with Bruno starting and no ASM even on the bench, and Joe Linton out injured or arrested as well. So yeah, but he was at the game. You could see him in the crowd, so he should be in the squad hopefully for the Chelsea game. So early attacks from Newcastle, a few corners. Murphy got a yellow card. Walker Peters, he was class. I thought he was unreal, especially in the first half. He was running the channels there down our right. Southampton had a big chance at one stage. Then Broja, and there was a through ball from your boy. Che Adams, at that stage. Then we kind of the panic started to set in. Actually, these are my pictures. I'm all over the place. These are my pictures for Bruno, no Joe Linton, and no ASM. And of course, there's the Southampton team as well for anyone that was interested. Of course, then 25 minutes. Armstrong's goal, Stuart Armstrong's goal from a Walker Peters cross. The ball was pulled back and Armstrong put it in the back of the net. Came off Dan Byrne, I think, as well. But then, we didn't panic. We did our usual thing. We're still in this. There's no need to panic. And up steps the man who I said before may never score for Newcastle, but that only encouraged him. So I'm claiming an assist, and Martin won't let me forget it either, of course. But great ball in from Shelby and Shelby even, and Wood got his head on it. Does what he does best, back of the net. Cue the celebrations from Wood. Everybody happy, and in we go to halftime. Of course, before halftime, actually, there was again from your boy Che Adams, a volley off the bar. That was a great volley, actually, on 36 minutes. But we survived that, and we went in 1-1 at the break. Then it was our own analysis of the halftime. I think we were talking in our chat. We were saying that we're missing the power of Joe Linton really there to break up play. And as I said at the start, there Walker Peters was running that channel as well, and he carried on that through the game. He wasn't as prolific in the second half, but he was definitely the player of the game for in the first half for sure, let's say. But then cue Bruno's goal, and a few nice little pictures here of that goal. I might put a little video out later on. You never know. I think it's really these pictures. Put something up my sleeve. I've been keeping for a while. But so lovely little back heel. I'll get you to describe that goal in a second, Pete. But cue the celebrations. Great celebrations from everybody. And we were thinking, maybe we should keep going with this. And could we get a third goal even? But then Southampton, of course, came at us. Actually, straight after that, there was a pinball in the box, and there was no real clear chance of a shot. Then we really came out well in the after the halftime, after the restart. But then Bruno's injury on 65 minutes, or cramp or whatever, hopefully it's just cramp, and Sean Longstaff come on. Adam Armstrong came off the bench for Southampton for Brojan, 72 minutes. Dubs tipped the ball over the bar in 78 minutes as well. Miggy came on for Fraser. Salasu header on 88 minutes. Thought that was going in. Dubs pulled off a save. Mikio come on for Kraft. 6 minutes extra time. Where did the 6 minutes extra time come out of? And then Stuart Armstrong as well had a shot towards the end of the game. We scraped through. We got a 2-1 win, and happy days. Pete, over to you and your thoughts.
Fucking hell. What a massive, massive result. That's just kind of like, that's a sort of season changing result. Look, let's not get it twisted. Southampton had only lost, and we talked about it on away days, they'd only lost one game at home, and that was way back earlier on in the season. They've been tough to beat there. Even the likes of Man City have gone there and found it difficult. And you know what? It was a difficult start. They had a lot of the ball. They were always going to press high. We mentioned it on previous shows in the week building up, that they were always going to start fast, and they were always going to start to try and get an early goal against us. And to be fair, they put a little bit of pressure on us. But I thought we handled it well at times. We didn't start well. There were one or two players that didn't start well. But you know what? Once that goal went in, and it was a very lucky goal, a massive deflection that took it away from Dubravka. Dubravka would have collected it easy otherwise. But it was the reaction after the goal, and that's the key. That is the difference between Eddie Howe and what he's created at this team compared to anything else before, is that we don't panic. What we didn't do is panic and question ourselves and our own ability. We just stayed solid, we relaxed, we kept doing what we've been trained to do by Eddie Howe, and we worked our way back in the game. I just want to talk about our first goal, because I tell you what, two pieces of absolute brilliance, okay, to get us back in the game. That ball from John Joe Shelby should not be mistaken as anything sort of mediocre. That was an outstanding ball that he put in. That's the kind of cross that Chris Wood has been dreaming of, to get on the end. That is why we brought Chris Wood in, to get on the end of chances like that. There's no one, right, no other striker in our club that would have got onto an opportunity like that. And Selesu, who, on the ground, I thought Selesu had a decent game, but in the air, that's the difference in that Chris Wood absolutely destroyed him in the air. Bullet header, no chance for Fraser. And that was it. All the negative or disappointing performances from the likes of Shelby and one or two others disappeared. We became a different team. And we needed that almost as a bit of a wake up to say, hold on, we're not at the levels here. Let's wake up and play. And boy, did we do that. And we just absolutely went to another level after that goal went in.
Yeah, Pete, you mentioned Shelby, because I know, I think it was Richie who said in the chat, he wasn't at his best at the start, but he grew into the game. He was playing really well and putting himself about towards the second half for definite. So, and I guess they were playing in a different setup without Joe Linton. They all kind of had to alter their roles a bit with Bruno, and Bruno offered something different class and range of passing. We'll probably see better from him in the future. I'm thinking, but he'll go into give him a chance. It's his first start for us. But there was some good performances all around. Really, we'll get to that at the end when we're talking about picking our man of the match. But go on, Pete. Talk us through the Bruno goal. I know you're dying to talk about that.
This boy, honestly, you know what? He had a bit of a slow start. Didn't talk about Bruno. A couple of misplaced passes. He had a slow start. First start for the game for Newcastle. A little bit nervous, I imagine, on the ball, really trying to impress, probably overpassing. Once that first goal, that equalising goal went in, you just seen the calmness. He came out in that second half a different player. The range of passing, the ease in which he passes, he just keeps things ticking over. He makes it very, very difficult for players to get near him. His positioning within the game, unbelievable. And, it was the second half, we just came out a different animal. We came out a different animal. We attacked them. We put them under immense pressure. We really, really made it difficult for them. Corner whipped in by Target. Whipped into the back post. Brilliant header back by Big Dan Burn, who again was colossal at the back. Really, really good performance again for Newcastle. And it's absolute brilliance. Look at his positioning in that. He's not even facing the goal, man. He's not even facing the goal.
I have to see it again a few more times, I think, before the night's out.
He's looking. his body is actually facing towards Dubravka, and he's managed to get his foot, not only get something on it, but the perfect connection, which takes it above Fraser Foster and into the roof of the net. And oh my God, right, if that's not goal of the month, I don't know what is. I don't know if that's not in the top 10 for goal of the season. I don't know what it is. That is an unbelievable finish from a player that we are going to learn to love over the course of this season, next season, and beyond. He is a terrific talent, and boy, I am so glad that he's a Newcastle player. He is brilliant, and you know what? It takes something special at times to win matches. And that goal there deserved to win a football match today. And, the celebrations were brilliant. Bruno flies to the ground. He's giving it one. If anyone spotted it, I saw it on the second time they showed the replay when I was watching the game, is that Joe Willock tries to do a slide as well, and his knee gets caught into the ground.
I didn't see that.
It's only a split second, but he goes to slide on the ground. He goes flipping over. It just looks hilarious. But Bruno celebrating in front of the Newcastle fans. Boy, I am jealous of those 3,300 fans that were in the away end today, because you guys had an absolute treat to celebrate a fantastic goal, a special goal, and also a special win. It was just fantastic. I can't fault any Newcastle player in that second half. We could big everyone up. And as I tweeted out earlier, if you've not seen it, no ASM, no J7, no Trippier, no Wilson, no fucking problem. We got it.
Yeah, it's like, who else can we take out and still win at this stage? It's like a game. I don't know. I'm sure there's some game that follows those rules. But and we saw as well before the game. I don't know, was he there? Did anyone spot him? But Paqueta, his mate was meant to be in the crowd. From the story from Charlie Bennett in the Chronicle. So a nice little come and join me to Paqueta there. So who knows what the summer may bring?
Look, Daz, he's taken a closer look at Newcastle. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. Look, let's face it. We talked about it in the Fully Loaded Transfer Show over the course of January. We had a couple of chats with Liam. We had a few chats ourselves. Lucas Paqueta, is one of the top players in France, and he's not even playing at the best team in France. He should be playing top-level Champions League football. But the key to that is that he's best mates with Bruno. If Bruno is telling him that we're going places, he's going to want to be part of that journey alongside Bruno, alongside Joe Linton. That Brazilian connection in that midfield, he would be a terrific signing. He's not. If he was there, and if anyone got any pictures, get him out there, get him on socials. Let us know that if he was there. If he was there watching, it was a bit like Zetro Williams back in the day when he came to watch Gini Wijnaldum when he was at Newcastle. Best mates, clearly interested in signing for the club. I see it as something that's very, very similar. Not saying he's going to sign, but he's definitely taking a closer look at Newcastle. He's looking at how well we're playing and thinking, wow, like that's a massive turnaround. Bruno's not even in the team. Like they look like they could be going places. They know that we've got the money. It's a deal that could be done in the summer. But look, he would have watched an absolute masterclass. And he actually tweeted out, if anyone's following him on Twitter, he actually tweeted out when Bruno scored.
Oh, did he? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Not long after he scored the goal, he tweeted out about Bruno. So he's clearly watching it, even if he's not at the ground. But yeah, fantastic stuff.
So Pete, I've forgotten my train of thought, but it was just class. Let's talk about performances. So and key players. For me, my man of the match changed a few times. I was thinking. First of all, I was thinking, Wood. I'll have to give it to Wood now because Wood scored, and he did a great job again. And he got his goal as well on top of that. Then I was thinking Bruno with that little finish, maybe Bruno. Then I was thinking Byrne he was solid at the back. He got an assist. Actually, yeah, this is what I was going to say. Is Ralph Hasselhoff must be really pissed off. All those new signings like Bruno, Wood, and an assist from Byrne, must be really pissed off as people are having the chat. Very salty. Yeah, then Target had a good game. Shelby in the second half did okay, but the man of the match I'm going to give it to is Willock. I just thought he ran his socks off. He had to play a slightly different kind of a role, and he just was he was putting in the tackles at the back, and he was chasing down everything. He was doing all the running and kind of playing like just off wood, and he putting the keeper under pressure as well. So I'm going to give my man of the match to Willock.
That's not a bad shout at all. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It really is. It's a really tough one because there's a number of players that I thought had a really good game tonight. I thought Ryan Fraser was very, very good again. He didn't have those major moments in attacking areas, goals, assists like we've seen, but the boy knows how to work off the board. He runs himself into the ground. I thought Willett was fantastic. I thought Bruno was very, very good for 60 minutes. You could tell he was, before that challenge, before he went off, you could tell he was starting to tire a little bit. First game in English football, the excitement and the adrenaline starting to wear off. I think 60 minutes was probably just about right. I'm praying it's a little bit of cramp and it's not anything of a muscular injury, but he was brilliant as well. I thought Shelby, once he got past his difficult phase, I thought was very, very good, marshalling that midfield again. But Big Dan Burn's just an absolute colossal at the moment. I love the guy. I absolutely love Big Dan Burn. I think he's fantastic.
He's class. I love him as well.
Yeah, he just the blocks, the clearances, just being in the right place at the right time. His positioning in defence is phenomenal. It's something that's overlooked so often. Positional, he's always where he needs to be. And that's just what we've wanted from a defender. So he was an absolute colossal. They got lucky scoring the goal because it brushed off him and went in. But he defended like an absolute Trojan today. So yeah, I'm going to throw in Big Dan Burn for man of the match. I thought he was terrific again for Newcastle United.
And the funny thing is, there's about 5 names in the chat for man of the match. So that means we just shows you what a good game it was.
Yeah, it could. That's the thing. Like, I haven't even got that far down yet. I'm
not even reading them anymore. I'm just clicking on them. But someone says about here. Yano says about Murphy. Yeah, okay. He did get that yellow card. He couldn't really put another tackle in there. And Walker Peters was class though. That's the only thing. And Walker Peters wasn't even getting as far as Kraft. Murphy had to try and cut him out, and Walker Peters was doing them all right. But look, he did do okay after that. But there's times when it's just, and as I said it in our chat, like he gets into positions sometimes as well when he has the ball, and he kind of thinks too much or something. It's not instinct for him. So I don't know. Maybe it's.
Sorry, go on, Daz. Finish off.
Go for it. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, like, we talked about it on the reaction show. It might have been for West Ham, and I think it was me and you that mentioned about Murphy. He just needs to get the ball, get his head down, and run with it. When he overthinks, like you've said, he overthinks things, and then all of a sudden he loses the ball because he takes too long to make a decision, and by then the ball's been taken away from him. If he just gets the ball and just runs with it, it's very basic, but it's very effective. He makes a difference.
And I wonder, is that something that Howe could get into him? Because he's not bad. Like he's not. I probably wouldn't be building my team around him or anything. But and as I was saying, and when we had Andrew on, I was saying, maybe we need to make decisions in the summer whether we're going to keep players the likes of Murphy. But look we won again. It doesn't matter. We're flying it. We never get sick of this winning.
As well as that, guys, like you've just said, for all the question marks we've thrown about Murphy having a great game, he wasn't at his best, no doubt about it. I think it was Yano that made that point. Is that right?
Yeah, yes, Yano. Yeah,
Yano was absolutely right. But just think, guys, we won that game. We were only the second team to win at St. Mary's with Murphy on the right-hand side and Kraft at right back. We've done it again. We've got all those players missing. We've got Manquillo that's still on the bench. He came on the last few minutes. But we won that game with Kraft at right back and Murphy at right wing.
And Nigel Linton.
No
Or ASM. Or Wilson. Or Trippier.
It's crazy. Like for all the frustrations that we have about certain performances that maybe weren't at their best, you can't. You've got. There has to be an element of praise to say, you know what, they've helped us win the game today.
Oh yeah.
And Kraft again. I don't think Kraft had a bad game. I thought Kraft played well. I thought he was under pressure with Walker Peters. You're absolutely right in what you said, Dad. Walker Peters was fantastic. Was phenomenal on that left hand side. It's not even his favourite side. He looked very, very good down there. But I think Kraft held it long parts. Walker Peters never really went and tried to beat him. He just kind of cut it. He was putting in deep line crosses.
Yeah,
he didn't want to attack him, and when he did, Kraft was there to win the ball. But we're winning games with Kraft and Murphy down the right hand side. We cannot forget that. That would be unforgivable, you know, in the previous under previous regimes, because they would have ensured that we lost the game. Today, they've contributed to us winning the game, and so for all of our frustrations, we've got to look at that and think, you know what, we'll take that all day long.
I'm just laughing at Shane's commentary. It's probably a bit early for a statue for Bruno. He's played 65 minutes first from the start, so a bit early yet. We give him a chance, but yeah, that finish will be up there. Actually, since we got 215 people watching us at 10:30 on what day is it? Thursday night. Hit that subscribe button. Red button in the bottom right hand corner. Hit the like button as well. It'll push this video up the algorithms. But wow. Pete, I want to ask you a question because I didn't get a chance to see this. What was the result in the other games before we look at the table?
To be fair, I've got to be honest. For large parts of that game, I couldn't have cared less about the other games. But I was getting some messages pop through from our loaded boys and some from the Geordies down south chat. But so Norwich 1, Chelsea 3. Okay, so Norwich lost again, which is great news for us. The other game was Wolverhampton 4, Watford 0. Massive hammer in there for Watford, so that's keeping them down there in the table and in the bottom 3. And Leeds 0, Aston Villa 3. It finished. So another hammering. So the 3 teams down there that you would want to lose tonight lost, and we got the 3 points. So that's an absolute diamond of a Thursday night for a set of Premier League fixtures.
10 points off the 18th spot.
Yeah, jeez. 10 points off, and look how many points we're off top 10. I think we're 4 points away from top 10 potentially, or certainly 3-4 points away from being in 11th spot. And if we win potentially our game in hand next Thursday, providing that Palace don't win at the weekend, we could go above Palace potentially, and at least be at the minimum 13th place. So we're in a position now, Daz, I don't know what your thoughts about this, where we're not looking down there, we're looking up.
Yeah. And you know what? I can breathe easy now anyway. But as I said, once we stay up, I don't really care so much, because it'll be next season. We'll focus on like trying to get into the top half of the table and push up even down towards 8th spot with a whole new ethos, I guess, and see how the project is going then. But no, it's just we don't have to worry now. We're definitely not getting relegated. Not a hope they're getting relegated now. I know it's mathematically possible still, but very unlikely. Look at Norwich, look well cut adrift now at this stage. So do Watford. Burnley might get themselves out of trouble. They're the only ones I could see getting out of it. And look at Everton, Leeds. And Brentford, they won against Norwich, but they have to start winning a few more games to get themselves out of it. But yeah, it's Burnley, Everton, Leeds to battle it out there for that third spot there at the bottom. For
Definitely. Me, if you just scroll up a little bit, so
all you want is the top of the table, Pete. That's you want to see moving up.
Just to scroll up, just get Norwich out the picture and Watford out the picture. You can keep Everton in there for now. So you look at that part of the table, that little chunk of the table right there.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at let's have a look. You've got Southampton, for example. Southampton have been showered with praise and positivity over the course of this season because they've had a great season, avoided relegation, 35 points. Ralph Hasenhüttl's been given lots and lots of praise. We're only 4 points off them. We're 4 points off them, and we've got a game in hand. We win that game in hand. We go a point behind them. For a team that's been given so much praise. You've got Brighton, who we're 2 points behind, that people were talking about at the beginning of the season that they were going to be fighting for Europe potentially. We're 2 points behind them. Okay, we've finished ahead of them in every Premier League season that we've been in with them since we came up together. We've got an opportunity of finishing above them again. Leicester City have just played in Europa League tonight, the Europa Conference League. We're yes, they've got a game in hand, but or a couple of games in hand. We're 2 points off them. Palace, 2 points off of them. Sorry, 3 points off. No, 2 points off. Sorry, with a game in hand, we could go above them. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that potentially put Chelsea aside on Sunday, or maybe not. Next Thursday, we go to Everton that need the points. And they've got to play a very tough game against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the weekend, who have just come off a 4-0 win tonight. They're going to need a win. We could pick them off again with potentially ASM back, with Joe Linton back, with a team firing again. We're in a position to really kind of push the table and bite. And you know what the weird thing about it is that not mathematically, but we could pretty much be close to guaranteeing safety by next Thursday.
Wow. That would be amazing.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
What would you do then? What do you do then? We're not used to that.
You'd play the song that says "The only way is up."
Yeah. Hey, I saw something as well. I'll get rid of the table again. I saw something on Twitter, or I saw Martin mention something on Twitter about there was certain songs played at halftime at St. Mary's. Bit of shithousery there.
I don't know the songs. I think Mark did put it in the chat, and I saw a tweet from. I think Mark saw the same tweet from Miles Starford from the Shields Gazette, naming the tunes. I can't remember them off by heart.
But they were all money related anyway.
Yeah. Hey, just like Mike said, there is a little bit of jealousy there, and look, of course, from Southampton, I've had some sort of a semi takeover as well, but nobody really talks about that because it kind of just puts them exactly where they were before. We've had our takeover that's going to change not just our club and our city; it could change the landscape of how we see the Premier League right now in the future. I'm sure we'll get into it in the days to come. But you look at Chelsea and their difficult situation now. Who better to exploit that situation than Newcastle United if it continues on? Are Chelsea going to get the type of owner that's going to put the money in like Roman Abramovich when they eventually sell? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced they're going to have that owner that's going to plough the sort of money in that Chelsea want. Chelsea are putting up debts every year. Newcastle United won't. Newcastle United have got the money to really rival the top teams. So there's an opportunity there. And just like Tottenham took their opportunity when they kind of replaced us as that top six, we could be the ones to take our opportunity to replace one of that current top six and slip into that quite nicely. So, yeah, let's wait and see. But I'm sure we'll get into that in the days.
That's all for next year, Pete. Don't spoil it for next year. Don't ruin the ending of the next season. But look, we'll concentrate on this season and still staying up. But we're 10 points clear of relegation. It's I think Mike asked us here in the chat. So are we staying up now? Yes, it's not mathematically confirmed or anything, but yes, we're going to stay up. Look, hopefully. It will be difficult against Chelsea. I know, as you said, there's a few things going on, but I I'm expecting that we'll get something against Everton, but let's see. Let's try and keep the run going because we're getting used to this.
Daz, I've got a question for you. It might have already been in the chat. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but how many points do you think? Now we're on 31 points. How many points do you think we need in order to stay in the league? Obviously, we both think, we're both really confident right now. I think everyone is, even in the chat, that we're going to stay in the Premier League this season. But how many points do you think it would take for us to think, you know what, that's enough? We've got what we need to stay in the Premier League now. We are set.
Yeah. Well, I always think, right, okay, the magic number is always 40, right? But I always think you play 38, you get 38. If you get 38 points, you're gonna be safe. So I always think once we get to 38 points, that's it. We're definitely going to be safe. I know we probably won't even need that with what's, because can you see, if I bring up the table again, I really can't see. I can't see Burnley getting 38 points from where they are now, and definitely can't see Norwich or Watford getting 38 points. So 38 points, we're definitely coming back next year to have a go at things. But what about you, Pete?
Yeah, I think that's the number that guarantees. I think I've always been. I think I mentioned for a while. I've always been of the mindset that 35 points. I don't see any of that bottom three or even four. You add Everton, maybe even 5. You look at Leeds. I don't see those teams getting to 35 points with the way they're playing right now. I just don't see it. So I always thought 35 points would be close to being enough. I always thought 37 would guarantee it. But yeah, I think you're right, Daz. I think 38, and we can absolutely, mathematically or not, park those thoughts of getting relegated at that point. And actually, the way we're playing right now, 9 points off 40 points, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me if we carried on in our rich vein of form and probably ended up with our best points total that we've had, even beyond Rafa Benitez, which I think was was it 45 points, something like that, that he got in one of his seasons when we got promoted to the Premier League. I think it was when we finished 10th, sorry, in our first season back. I think we got sort of like 45 points that Bruce ended up equaling. It wouldn't surprise me if we ended up going and getting beyond that. And it would just kind of be the icing or the cherry on top of the cake if Eddie Howe went and got another, 14, 15 points between now and the end of the season. But yeah, I think 37 will do us. But yeah, I think it's a great shout. Daz, 38 would kind of just give us one of them. Job done.
I just want to say to Shane here, that tattoo is looking safe with Joe Linton not playing today. It might run him out of player of the season and getting into the Brazil squad and being top goal scorer at the World Cup, which will guarantee the tattoo. Let's go on. Barry saying 40 points. Yeah, the comments are still coming. I'm finding it difficult to keep up to them here. Shout out to CFC Florida as well. Cheers, CFC Florida. Thanks for that. And anyone that hasn't joined late and hasn't hit the like and the subscribe button, please do so. And if you fancy becoming a member, it is $1.99 per month. There's a button there that says join. If you fancy that, it gets yourself into the prizes, which I should really mention the sponsors because I'll forget them. Yes, the first one is blackandwhitearmy.com, Bronwyn's clothing range, and we should have Bronwyn on with us again soon. Adam, you'll be glad to hear. Shybarnes.com and their range of clothing as well. And if good work that they do, and pens and prints, and you never know, there might be a new poster coming out from Pins and Prints with maybe the Wood goal or the Bruno goal. That'll be interesting as well. So you wouldn't know what Dean will do there in with that. Yeah, I'm gonna just tell people about the shows coming up before we round off for the night, Pete. First of all, I don't have a poster for this yet. I have to create it tomorrow. Is tomorrow you're back, Pete, with away days, and you're gonna have one for a very interesting chat with the Chelsea fans.
Yeah, so we've got Tom Overend, who's done some work for BBC Five Live, also some other work for one or two other sports channels as well. We tried to get him on the last time we played Chelsea, but for one reason or another, he wasn't able to make it. But he's going to come back on. He's done some work for BBC Radio London and also the Times Sport. He's going to come on and talk all things Chelsea in the build up to obviously now another big game on Sunday. And with everything Chelsea that's going on at the moment, I think it'll make for a really interesting talk, and really interesting to see what Tom's got to say about their situation at the moment, which completely has blown up over the last 24 hours. So, yeah, come and join us. We'll be starting around 6:30. How quickly I can get the little boy to bed will depending on the time that we'll start, but we're working to 6:30. Make sure you join us there for another away days. These turnarounds are going to be quick. This is a busy week for Loaded HQ, but we don't stop. We don't stop.
Nothing can be as busy as that transfer window. That was absolutely crazy. Then on this game is on Sunday. So on Sunday evening, we might change the time. We'll see what time suits the lads. But we will be back for another one of these reaction shows, and hopefully get more of the lads. Actually, before that, the lad, because there may actually be another show after away days. The lads have to decide yet. I won't be on myself, but we'll see. There might be a loaded mag after the away days show, but we'll see how it plays out. And then there'll be more shows in between this because we'll have plenty of away days for Everton, and we'll have a reaction show for Everton. With that game being on Paddy's Day, we might even carry that forward to the Friday. But yeah, on the following week, then on the 23rd, we're back with the Dr. Neil Mitchell, the Geordie dentist, is back with us to talk all things Newcastle. So that will be good as well. Something to look forward to. Pete, I'll hand over to you. Anything else you want to say before as I look through the remaining comments there that I haven't got to?
Yeah, look, for everyone in the chat, massive support to Loaded HQ. Really appreciate. But even more so as Newcastle United fans, I tend to say it every single week. Enjoy every single moment we have when we're winning games like this and we're playing football the way that we're playing under Eddie Howe. We have suffered 14 years of absolute misery and dross football that we've had to sit there and watch, whether in the stands or on TV. Let's enjoy this moment. Let's be united. Let's be together. Let's just embrace all of this, because you know what? The good times are coming, whether it's between now and the end of the season, next season or beyond. We are going to experience some fantastic times as Newcastle United fans. Enjoy every moment of it. I certainly am. And yeah, I may pour another one of these in a minute.
And I want to say thanks for everyone for joining us. We'll bring it to a close. But yes, it's now we can talk about Bruno. Good night, everybody. Oh.